your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their families. Now here's your host, Ken Rollins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here. Today's guests are from down in Pell City area. That's Lakeside Hospice. I got Elizabeth Bitt, we're going to call her Bitt Thomason, and Teresa Carden. And Teresa's back by popular demand. We'll be right back. We want to talk about Lakeside Hospice, a lot of things for veterans. Stay where you are. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins. Today's guest is Elizabeth Bitt Thomason and Teresa Carden. They're from Lakeside Hospice out of Pell City. And Teresa's been on here before. They do a lot of good things for the veterans and the families of the veterans. Welcome to the show, Bitt.
Thank you.
We're going to do that again. Look at it. Ow. Teresa, good to see you again.
You too, Ken. Thank you for having us.
It's good to have y'all down here. Thank you for driving. What are you about 35 miles y'all drove today? That's great. There's something that's coming up down at. Now wait a minute. Why does Lakeside Hospice do all this stuff in the community? I never asked y'all that, and it's not even a question that I've got. But why do y'all get involved in the community other than, I thought hospice are just taking care of people in their homes and that kind of thing. Y'all reach out, you got veteran programs, all kind of things going on down there. Why do they do that?
Well, there's a few reasons. Our mission is to minister to the body, mind, and spirit. So we want to be there for the person as a whole. So we need to really know them, and the only way to get to know them is to be out and about in our community and get to know them before they actually need us.
Wow, that's good, yeah. And that goes for you too, Bitt?
Yes, it does. It's we serve so many communities, and it's important for us to know the needs in each of those communities and let the people know we're available and out there and not just for one purpose, but for many purposes.
I could probably do a show on this, but when I saw your name was Elizabeth, and I got B-I-T, and they said you go by Bitt, I'm going to ask you here. I didn't ask you on the phone when I talked to you. Mm-hmm. Where'd that come from?
Well, I'm one of 7 kids, and I was number 6. My dad thought I was going to be the last one, nicknamed me Little Bitt, and then Bridget came along, and Bitt just stuck all those years.
Why have it done? Had to do with the number of kids.
Yes.
Not the size.
No.
Okay. Well, the thing we want to talk about a lot of things, but the one thing is the drumstick. What is the drumstick dart benefit? Tell me about that. Which one are you going to say?
Bitt will take care of that. It's
All right,
drumstick
Bitt,
dash.
you're on.
It's called the Drumstick Dart 5K, and it's going to be held November 14th.
Dart as in a run.
As in a run.
Okay.
A mad dart.
Not this kind of dart.
No.
Okay.
And it is a 5K, and it's going to be held at the Shops of Grand River in Leeds. We are registering runners now, and we really need runners, Ken. We want to really promote this in a way that gets the name of hospice out there in our area out there. So we're actively seeking runners and sponsors. That morning we'll also have a fun run for the kids and a lot of great prizes and a lot of recognition for our sponsors
This
as
is
well.
out at the across from the Bass Pro Shop over there at the Grand.
The Shops of Grand River.
Okay.
We have some wonderful sponsors already. We have the Shops of Grand River, of course, America's First Federal Credit Union, Metro Bank, First Choice Medical Supply, Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, if I didn't already say them, Kyocera, Ford Meter Box, and also Smith Spires and Petty. But we're always looking for sponsors. This is something that with the funds raised from this event, it will go towards our grief support services at Lakeside Hospice and also towards the care of those who are less fortunate and cannot pay for their own care, because at Lakeside Hospice we care for anyone regardless of their ability to pay.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes. So all the funds raised go towards our patients and their family and their
So
care.
you have a fund at Lakeside just to minister, to use to help the people in the community?
Yes, we do. For
And that's
anyone.
what this is going to do?
Yes, it is. Between that and our grief
Get out there.
support services.
If
So
I
it's-
could run, I would. I come out there in my track chair.
Yes,
But
and you can come walk. You don't have to be a runner. You can come and walk.
I could ride that track chair and run over everybody. I just mow
Exactly.
them down. Yeah, that I had the next question was who benefits, but you addressed that, and the time that it starts, and we've got the email address, the website rather. We got the website on here. We
Right.
got your phone number, which is 205-884-1111, and the website. And what time does that start?
The fun run starts at 8 a.m. and then the big run's right after that. And then they can also go in and get all the details and register to run at www.active.com. It'll give them everything they need to register online to become a runner or register their kids for the walk. You know, a lot of families run together, but a lot of families walk together as well. So they'll choose to do both events, a lot of them.
That's great. So good. And you said you need some runners. Do you know how many you got signed up now, or do you?
I think as of the other day, we only had 25 runners. So we would love to have, well over 100 plus runners.
I'll tell you what, y'all really be a fun run. Try to run across I-20 right there about the.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Not for them, not for the runners, but it would be entertaining to
Yes,
see
it would be.
to see which one make it. That's awful. Yeah, Lordy. Now, did we cover everything we need to on that? Because we're going to go to the matter of the heart next.
I think so. I think we
Okay.
have everything out there, that we could possibly get out there. And there's so much out there on our website. So check it out.
Well, those sponsors. Do you want to talk about how much it costs to sponsor a runner, or do you?
Sure.
Yeah.
We have different levels of sponsorship, and it starts at $250, goes to $500, $1,000, and $1,500. And with those different levels of sponsorship, you get different slots of runners. Like if a company sponsors at a certain level, you might get 4 entries for runners, and on up you get different advertising, signs posted throughout the route, and that type of thing, your name on the T-shirt as a sponsor. So lots of levels of sponsorship.
I heard you
And,
say the kiddies got some stuff, but did you tell me there's a prize money? Was there any the runners on?
There's a trophy, and then there's
Trophy.
level of prizes, and of course gift bags for all of our runners.
If I were to go out there and run, you just need to get the IVs.
Yes.
Present me with an IV.
We'll have lots of water tents and lots of people out there just in case.
There you go. All right. One of the things I had in my notes, and I'll refer to them right now, is Matters of the Heart, HART, restorative therapies. I have no idea what that is. Kind of have a feeling I do. But tell me about which one you want to address that. You want to talk about it?
Well, I can just tell a little bit.
We'll draw short straws if you want to.
Well, I'll let Bid elaborate because she actually does the intake for that.
Okay.
But it goes back to just getting to know the person. And we incorporated several different therapies to help our patients and families and enhance their lives. And part of that's massage therapy, music therapy, pet care, not pet therapy really, but pet care. And just
Animal pet?
yes, to try to take the stress off the family members.
Never thought of it.
And also give that peace of mind truly to the patient to know that, that's taken care of for them. So just several different things that really enhance the lives of our patients, we feel like.
Do your therapists or your people that go out in the home, do they ever use animals in part of the hospice? Do they ever use that? I know we do in the nurse.
We have done that before, but you have to go through the certified programs, and we do not have that right now. We strictly just help with the care right now.
Speaking of certified programs, I got a certified producer back there yelling that we got to go to a break. So when we come back, we're going to talk more about Lakeside Hospice and the events that's going on down there, some stuff about a veteran. Stay where you are, get that pen. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. We're talking to Bit Thomason and Teresa Carden from Lakeside Hospice. Talking about all the events going on down there. A lot of the events going on is hospice is not your grandma's hospice when we start talking about Lakeside, because they go a little bit further than the thing. Teresa, when you was talking about going in the community and preparing people beforehand, I'm sure that in the stages of illness, people have an idea when their loved one is going to go on hospice. Somewhere in a window there'll be a time that they have to go on. There's a lot of preparations to prepare the patient as well as the family and friends. And the thing about the pets is just awesome, but there's a lot. I just lost a brother for 2 years on hospice, and that is, nobody could leave home. You become prisoner. I mean, you can't all go as a family out to the Golden Corral or somewhere and have dinner, because somebody got to stay with Dad. And I've seen it happen so many times, what it does to lock down a family and just shut it down. It just shuts down the quality of life that they have. That's not to say that they don't want to take care of their loved one, but to have folks that out there in the community that care, that's a big deal to me. I saw it happen with my brother, but not to the extent that you folks say. You're saying you're going in there, you're getting involved beforehand. This is amazing. You want to elaborate on any more of that, because we're talking about the next thing I want to do is the veterans at the end of life, and nobody wants to talk about that. That's the worst problem I have with veterans is two things. One, to talk about it. One, to say that day is going to come. The second one is papers in order. Now, veterans, military, we know everything's filed alphabetically. We know how to do that. We regiment that. We know where everything, but we don't tell anybody. See? And then when they pass on, where's Papa's DD-214? Where's his insurance policy? Those are kind of things. Do y'all get involved in any of that kind of stuff, preparation?
Our social workers actually for our patients do, and then out in the community we do a lot of education on the advanced directives and how to get things in order. And we also have a caregiver group, and at that caregiver group we provide a lot of information, have different people come in and facilitate that provide information. Like we will have attorneys, or we may have the Veterans Benefit local representative there of the Veterans Service Officer. And now with the St. Clair County Extension Office having also resource for veterans, Mr. Wayne Johnson, we'll call him and let him help with those things.
That's amazing, because I've had a veteran one time sent me a Christmas card, and he says, I was shortening it up, he just said, I've been talking with my wife, I won't say her name, but said, not going to be around much longer. He's an ex-prisoner of war in Germany. And he said, I would like for you to officiate my funeral, because I don't want no preacher talking about me that don't know nothing about me. And gave me the phone number to call. That's just on the back of a Christmas card. Well, you can't say no, but there's a load that goes on you to do that. But I thought about over the years, when that was in December, in March he passed. And I got a phone call from Minnesota. His son-in-law said, I was told to call you for all arrangements for my father-in-law.
Wow.
And I thought about that. This guy went to he had it all, including the songs he wanted, in the order he wanted them. He wanted me to officiate. He had it all. He had it all planned out there. He had all of his papers, the DD-214, all that stuff. That was a man that, did what we try to get people to do, and it made it so much easier on the family for me to get him a military funeral and all that stuff. That's amazing, because there's a lot. When the doctors actually, I'm getting into the hospice side of things more than the thing, but when the doctor says this person's got to have on hospice, and you folks intervene at that time, you become one of the family. Your people become part of the family. Because I remember the one with my brother, she was like, she didn't have the hospice worker. It was her name, I won't say. But she was just, and I kept thinking, do I have a niece or a nephew that I'm not aware of? Oh, Lordy. Now, I don't know which one I said. One of the notes I had there was educating people in the community on veterans issues. This is veterans, my show is Veterans Issues. That falls right in there. So how do you do that, and what do you do?
Well, there's several different things that we've been doing. We're part of the We Honor Our Veterans program, which is the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization. And you have to go through certain levels, and we're at the level number 3, and number 4 is the top level. So we're not quite to that, but you have to do education in the community, and the post-traumatic stress is huge. Trying to help educate the community really on like what we talked about prior to coming on the show, what to look for, different signs to look for when you see someone that may be agitated in a store. Or I had an incident happen in a Dollar General, and it was a older gentleman, and a Coke fell out of the pack and exploded. And I could tell, you know, from his reaction that he thought that was some type of gunfire or something. So I went over and just calmly, you know, asked him, was he okay? But being at Lakeside and going through a lot of the education, it's made me much more aware just of how the veterans, you know, you just don't know what might actually cause them to go back and have a flashback or something. So just trying to do that, and we do it in the police department, the fire department. We've gone in and tried to help educate, so if they stop someone, you know, they would also realize possibly the symptoms and get them into a better, not put them straight into jail or prison, but maybe realize that they're just having post-traumatic stress.
The first Veterans Court I know of was down there, but if you're going down 231 from Pell City to Asheville, and you're law enforcement, and you see a guy just go like this, first thing you do is he's using a cell phone or distracted driving or drunk or whatever. But our Afghan Iraq veterans, a lot of time, a dead squirrel is an IED, is a bomb, and they react in their mind. They go back to Afghanistan, they go back to Iraq, and they dodging bombs on the road where you're dodging a dead squirrel or a possum or something. And we have to have everybody trained. And what we were talking about was, how do we ever train the people in the stores and the churches and everybody to understand what post-traumatic stress is? And you mentioned anxiety and anxiousness, anger, unsociable, people that don't want to be touch them, don't want to be enclosed in big groups and those kind of things. So people have to know the signs, but how do we get that information out there? We've been trying to do it here on the show for a long time, but some of the things to look for are the symptoms, but they're not always exactly certain things. So we're down to a minute. I want to make sure that we cover everything. You got the Veteran Food Ministry, the Veterans Referral Sources. Now, what is that music memory for veterans?
Well, it's something that's really near and dear to our hearts. And like I said, BID actually does the intake for that program. And she finds out the likes and dislikes of our veteran patients. And we personalize an MP3 player or iShuffle for them, and they have headphones, and they're able to enjoy music.
You don't put any rap on her, do you?
Whatever they want,
If they
whatever
request.
they like.
It better be country
And
music.
it's always a variety.
No, it can't be. It got to be just country.
It's a variety, always.
But-
You'd be surprised.
I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Got that one? We've run out of time.
Okay.
You looked at me straight like, what's this? It goes so fast, huh?
It does go so
We'll do it
fast.
again. Appreciate him coming down. We got to go to a break. Come back. I got news that you can use. Stay where you are. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. This is a part of news you can use. I want to say something to all you race fans that's in town this weekend. We appreciate you coming in here and spending your money. I mean, we appreciate you coming in here and visiting with us this week. And we hope that the best driver wins. Dale Earnhardt. I mean, we hope that the best driver wins that race down there. But no, welcome down to Talladega. And we appreciate you coming into the community, and we hope that you go away with a good taste in your mouth. Got some great food, and I hope that the people treat you right. So welcome, race fan. Now, we've got Veterans Day coming up on November the 11th at 11 a.m. up in the Centennial Memorial Park. Got some good things for you this year. Got a young singer. You had never seen him, probably. And I've got the demonstration, the reenactment of the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima. Got some other good music. And then at 4 p.m., well, wait a minute, back at 2 o'clock, we have the parade down Noble Street. 11 o'clock in the park, 2 o'clock down Noble Street on the parade. And then at 4 o'clock down in Zen Park, there's a entertainment down there. There's the Kia dealer is doing a program down there that's going to, they're going to give away a vehicle. A whole bunch of things is for wounded warrior type things. So 4 o'clock in Zen Park, so put that on your calendar. I've talked about earmarking of funds, and I'm not going to do too much of that today, just un-earmarking of funds. But I'm going to remind you that the next session that's going to come up where he's going to try to take the money away from the veterans, and I want you to remember the senators that sponsored that bill last time. His name is Gerald Dow, sponsored by Dale Marsh and Gerald Dow. So let's hope that they don't do that this next time. If they do, I hope I can count on you to do what you did last time. We're going to make some noise. Thank WEAC TV 24 for allowing us to do this show every week, 6 or 7 years now. And you can find us if someone out there don't have the cable or whatever to reach us. You can look us up on WEAC TV 24, WEAC TV 24 on demand. Pull up the shows. And another way you can do it is if you send me a friend request on Facebook. We post the show the day of the show, and you can watch it there on your computer. Now, I had the director in here last week from the VA over in Birmingham, and it looks like maybe next month or the end of it, we're going to be able to open that new facility over there, and I'll be giving you the coordinates for the new parking deck, 2,500, I think it is, parking spots just for the veterans. It's only 5 blocks away from where the hospital is located now. We'll still have the same shuttle service and everything, but it's going to be ours and not have to share with anybody else. The one that we're parking in now belongs to the city of Birmingham, and so anyhow, we got to deal with that. HMRservices.com, www.hmrveteranservices.com are still hiring down there. So if you're interested in working in a veterans home, the Colonel Robert L. Howard Veterans Home is a beautiful place. If you go on that website, we got 3 other veterans homes that are hiring also. So if you're interested in that kind of work, you might want to look at that. Let's see what I got here. Okay, we're still trying to build the memorials for the law enforcement firefighters. And if you'd like to contribute to that, that's P.O. Box 1826, Anniston, 36202. 1826 Anniston 36202, the Community Foundation, if you'd like to contribute that. This week's salute goes out to all those who volunteer, like we're talking here with the folks today. It goes out to all of you that volunteer to help veterans out there. We'll see you next week here on Veterans Issues. Salute.